Monday is the first day of December. How do you feel? Do you wait anxiously for Christmas holidays and all the decorations and all the food and all the cooking and all the baking? Or are you not? I try to be positive before every Christmas, so far as I can remember, but it starts to creep in, the anxiety of Christmas. Why is that? I know that, or I think that one major thing or factor in it is that we feel responsible of other people. I feel responsible of other people's happiness in the day-to-day life. I always think that I should do something more to make them more happy and solve their problems and everything. You know. If you know, you know. If you feel the same, you know. But in the Christmas time is somehow double or triple or 10 times worse. Because Christmas is like unique, one time only, even though it comes every year again and again. But still, you want to make everybody happy during Christmas time and want to make sure that they have the right gifts that they feel good about and they have the food that they love and everything is cozy and there is decorations and there is Christmas tree and of course this year the Father Christmas is going to pay us a visit again because we have our small grandson. So Father Christmas is on the menu too. But there is lots of things to do and lots of emotions, a lot of feelings, a lot of memories unsolved. And this came to me before every Christmas. I think of some new angle why I feel anxious at Christmas time. What's your anxiety level or anxiety reason if you know about it? Please write down below. But if there is a problem, there has to be a solution. Some wise man said, which is of course not true, but you have to try to solve this, because I feel more or less that this Christmas anxiety comes from many different sources. And if we try to solve every Christmas just one, then after about 10 years we should have a dandy Christmases that would be fun and we would actually enjoy. And I like solemnly swear before every Christmas that I enjoy this Christmas. And I'm so happy for people who are Christmas people that have no bad memories for all the Christmases they've passed, and they can just like be like children and be like happy children and enjoy it. But unfortunately, both me and my husband, we have had not so happy memories about Christmases, and that's why we are like more or less anxious. The solution that my husband has gone into over the years is that he just thought that he wants to give children better Christmas that he had, and he has the enjoyment of their faces and their joy of Christmas. But because I'm a mom, it's not enough for me. I still feel that there should be more, that I should somehow relieve the anxiety that I have from my memories so that I don't like it would be contagious. Like if they can see it from my face, they get it too. And of course, because I say that I don't like Christmas, it's no bother to deny that. They are old enough to see it in my face that this is not the favorite time of the year. Then they would say too that they don't like Christmas, and that's a shame. It's not fair for them. They don't have that kind of burden. They don't need to suffer from my bad memories. And that's one thing that we should do, and we should like thank if we can do it, is not to transport our memories, our dramas, our traumas to the next generation and to the next generation. I know that there are very many people who act like their parents did, even though they hated it when they were young. And my guiding light has been that I do everything differently than my parents did. And if I manage to do that, I have succeeded at least to some point. And that's one of the main things. I have succeeded in that. I don't make them feel guilty in Christmas time. They can do what they want, and they can eat what they want, and they can behave how they want, and they can have so much chocolate as they want to, as they can eat. And I don't say that it's wrong, or it's sin, or it's somehow selfish, or they are not happy enough, and they are not social enough, and they are not Christmassy enough. They do not act like children in the movies, although they act perfectly for my children, and there isn't anything that I would change. They never say that they are unhappy. My son is a little bit unhappy because he has to divide his time with different households, and that's annoying. And he's tried to have a Christmas with his girlfriend and with us, and that's too complicated. He would like to be in the same place with same people, or everybody should be in the same place with him, and he would be happy. But that's not like solemnly my fault. So I just can offer him the best Christmas possible when he is with us. And that's another thing. When children grow up to a certain age, they start to be responsible for their own feelings and of their own behavior. So, for example, these kids that I know that they exist, I'm so lucky that I don't have those kind of kids that want lavish gifts, that want something that we cannot afford and we cannot get, and maybe it's not reasonable to get something like that. So they complain that they didn't get what they wanted. That's unfair and that's unreasonable if those gifts aren't something that you could get easily and it wouldn't cost much, and it's just that you didn't want to bother. But if they want something that is unreasonable, it's a learning curve. It's a learner lesson that there are things that you cannot have. And of course you can like turn it around, that when you are adult, then make sure that you can get what you want. So study hard, work hard, do everything right, or as well as you can, and then maybe you have the chance to get what you want. And that's a good motivation if person happens to be materialistic. So things mean a lot. So if you want, I don't know, expensive handbag or phone or video game or some equipment that can cost very, very, very much, then work hard and you will get what you want. I remember one lady, this is a sidetrack, that was very successful in her lifetime. She started the company and that is well known and respected, but she passed away a while ago. And when she was young and poor and working hard, she had a picture of a car, of a Jaguar, in her wallet. And she thought that one day I will be so successful that I will drive Jaguar. And she did. She managed to do that. That was her dream, and that was the force that drove her forward. Well, is having a Jaguar a good life goal? Maybe not for all of us, but if that is somebody's like motivation, that's okay. If you want nice car and that's what you really want and that's your goal, then so be it. And if you can work hard to get that car, what a better. But about Christmas. Try to relax, even though you feel anxious and even though you feel that there is so much to do. Try to delegate the things that somebody else can do, that you don't have to do everything, and realize that they actually can learn to enjoy that. We have delegated things in our family, and I don't go to kitchen, I don't cook. I just go and help around if I want to, and that's a good solution. My husband is in charge of all the food. The only thing that I am in charge of is the porridge in a Christmas Eve, and that's about 12 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's quite early, and after that I leave the kitchen. And same goes for grocery shopping. So our daughters and my husband go for grocery store shopping, and I don't do that because I hate the overcrowded grocery stores. It's painful. I cannot stand the standing in line and the people like coming from here and here. No, I simply don't. I can stay home and watch our grandson and just relax. Well, we have, of course, like more modest Christmas in every aspect. If you look at the videos and if you think about what people do, these lavish decorations outside of the house and every room decorated, I don't do that. I simply don't. It's a pitch black outside. If you can see the lighting in this situation that I am now, it's dark except for the light that is shining from there. So it's no use putting anything outside because you cannot see it. And if they have lavish lights, then it's just there. And there aren't any people walking about from our house that would enjoy it, no. So it would be all in vain. So I don't do that. I simply don't. And what comes to putting decorations inside, we have one room that we eat and we have our Christmas tree and just something small in other rooms, but nothing lavish, nothing too much, nothing that would be too much bother to put up and take off. I quite enjoy like cutting from the red paper these figurines and putting them into the windows, and that's about it. And every Christmas I save all the decorations to the next Christmas. So I have Christmas decorations from, I don't know, 30 years ago. Yeah. And they still work fine. So that's something that you can really save money. I know that Christmas trees cost much in here. We cannot just go to the woods and get it ourselves. So that's something that we need to use money every Christmas, and of course to the food, but not to extra decoration. And if I buy new decorations, I will always think that is this going to be something that I can save for the future years, so it cannot be too big or not something that you can fold in a box. But that kind of things. And I don't know, I know exactly that if I would decorate the whole house inside and outside and put like a lot of money in that, it wouldn't make any difference. We would be as happy or as unhappy as we are when we sit onto the Christmas table and start to eat and talk. So I try to keep calm and stress as little as possible and be as little anxious as I can to be in a better mood and to be more fun company and to have time to hug my kids as many times as they want to hug me during the Christmas time, and rest, because that's the one holiday that we have during the winter time, and after that comes spring and 5-6 months of work. So we have to really take the time to rest and to heal and to just be together, not just as a family, but of course just with my husband. We try to get time together just for two of us to really rest, so that we have energy to go to spring. But of course the spring is, for me at least, I don't know if it's for you, but for most people I think spring is much more easier than autumn, because there is more and more and more light every day, when in autumn it's less and less and less and less every day. And now it's already dark 24 hours a day, so I do not like this. But what can you do? Just turn up the lights. But try to remember that Christmas is the celebration of birth of Christ, and everything else is just glued in there. Somebody has invented it, and it's not important. If we would think about what would Christ say about Christmas and how to be and how to behave and what to do, he wouldn't want us buying anything but giving us small gifts. He wouldn't want anybody to have these lavish commercials with things that you need in Christmas time. What do you need? You need your belief. You need your faith. That's what you need to have a Christmas in those standards. At least that's what I think. But I know that there are many people in many churches who might think differently. And if not there, then in these big companies that tell us what we need for Christmas. But I hope you have a great day, and Merry Christmas, and before Christmas time, goodbye.